So I can't tell you guys how many people have been reaching out to me wanting to know what types of puppy products I like to use. What am I buying in preparation for this new puppy that I'm bringing home on Friday? So I actually got everything out, laid it all out, and we're going to take a look at it one by one today. Okay, so the first thing that we're gonna get into is gear. When it comes to your 8-week-old Malinois puppy, you do not need a really expensive, fancy collar. I know that they look really cool and we see some really cool pictures of them, and if you wanna grab one, go ahead. I think they're super cute and that's great. But personally, just as far as the things that you actually need for your puppy, you don't need a really expensive collar for an 8-week-old puppy. So I personally just buy a few cheap collars in different sizes because you don't want to spend, $50 or $60 every few weeks as this puppy continues to outgrow their collar. So I prefer just a cheap, inexpensive, $10 collar from Petco, at least while the puppy is still growing. But one thing that you're not going to want to skimp out on is the leash. So your leash is actually one of those things that is going to grow with your puppy. So it's okay to spend a little bit of money up front on a nice quality leash because you're going to be using this with your dog for quite some time. I personally prefer a biothane leash. Leashes come in lots of different materials. You can get nylon, leather. It's really just up to you. I personally prefer the biothane. I have a couple leashes from tactipup.com and I really like their biothane leash. But I actually found this much less expensive option on Amazon. It's definitely not quite the same quality as the Tactipup leash, I'm gonna admit that. It's definitely not as wide. And it does feel like it's got a little more, give in it, I guess, than the biothane leash does from Tactipup. But overall, I think this is probably an excellent quality leash. And for $20, that's a steal. So I went ahead and ordered it. You're not going to want to get a really long leash. So for your puppy, anywhere from a 4 to 6 foot leash is going to be just fine. Another great thing to have on hand for your Malinois puppy is going to be a treat pouch. I really like this one by Aurea, and I like it because it's small. I can wear it as a shoulder bag. I can wear it around my waist as a belt. Really, it's pretty versatile. This will hold my treats, my cell phone, my poop bags, everything that I'm gonna need. It's just really nice and small and compact. It is much different from one of these. They call this a training apron, but you're not gonna really need one of these for quite some time because when you're working with a Malinois puppy, you don't need all the tools that you're gonna need for an older dog later on down the road. So for now, you can hold out on buying the apron. You're gonna need one eventually. But for now, just grab the smaller treat pouch and it's gonna be just fine. Another thing that I like to grab for my puppies is a small little tactical harness. Now, this is the Tactical Dog Training Patrol harness in extra small from Excellent Elite Spanker. This is a very inexpensive harness that you can find on Amazon. That's why I grabbed it. She's not really going to be using this, so this isn't necessarily because she's going to need a tactical harness, and this is probably not even going to fit her at 8 weeks old, but I did want to grab an extra small harness of some kind. It doesn't have to be a tactical harness, it can be any kind of harness, but I want to have one for my puppy because I want to be able to put this on them and have them become kind of desensitized to wearing one so that they're used to having a harness on, they're used to the procedure and how to put one on, and that takes a little bit of practice. So it's nice to have them desensitized to these types of things from the time that they're very little. Trying to put a harness on a 7 or 8 month old dog who's never had a harness on before can sometimes be kind of awful. So if you do something like this from the very beginning and just kind of work on desensitizing them into wearing specific things that you're going to train with or that you're going to want them to wear in the future, then make sure you get one of these and you start desensitizing your puppy by having them wear this at an early age. Another very common question that I've been getting is, what do I feed my Malinois puppy? And so I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys, I personally feed PURINA Puppy Pro Plan. That is like the biggest tongue twister ever. Say that 5 times fast. is literally my third take. I still can't get it, so we're just gonna roll with it. So that is what I feed my dog. When it comes to treats, I use these. These are also available, again, on Amazon. I am the queen of Amazon. If I can get it on Amazon, I'm gonna get it on Amazon. And these are just liver flavored. They're called Tricky Trainers. I like this option because they are the perfect size for training, and they're not very expensive, and they're only 3 calories per treat, so your puppy's not gonna get really full on these really fast. As far as treats are concerned, my dogs love, love, love these Smart Bones, you guys. I don't know if any of you have ever used these or purchased these before, but if you have, you're gonna know what I'm talking about, because when you open these bad boys up, they smell so delicious that it's tempting to take a bite. Like, they literally smell like real peanut butter that you would want to eat yourself. So, I mean, if they're that tantalizing to my nose, imagine how crazy your dog goes over these Smart Bones. They are made with real peanut butter. They're a great alternative to rawhide because we know that that's not good for your dog. So grab these because chances are your dog's gonna go crazy for these. You're also gonna wanna go ahead and snag a small stainless steel bowl. You don't want a real big one or one that's really high because they're not gonna be able to reach their neck over the top to get it while they're still small. This is just a little 3-cup stainless steel bowl. But I want you to notice something unique about this. I only have one, and that's for a reason. This one bowl is for water. I don't actually feed my puppies food out of a bowl ever. So I feed my puppies their kibble through training sessions. So that way my puppy has to work for his food. And I do this for months. So I'm not gonna need a second bowl for quite some time. Using your meal times as training opportunities is a really, really smart way to take advantage of you know, making sure that you're making time to make that happen every day, because I know that we all get busy from day to day, but if you're not feeding your puppy from a bowl, you're gonna make sure that you make time to do some training sessions so that your puppy can eat. So it's a great way to be held accountable, to make sure that you're working with your puppy. It's also a great way to establish a hierarchy between you and your dog. Your dog's gonna start to understand that you are his source of food, and it's also a great bonding experience. My kids love to feed their Malinois puppies. So, you know, I have my kids work with very simple fundamentals like sit and down, and this helps establish a hierarchy between my little kids and the Malinois puppies as well. Who are we kidding? We're not always gonna have time to stop and do a training session when it's time to feed our puppy breakfast or dinner. I have 4 kids. I have 4 kids, a husband, and an elderly father who lives downstairs. We have a full house. There's 7 of us here. So I understand what it's like to be really busy, and once in a while you're gonna miss one. So if you do, this is a great tool. This is a little mat that you open up, and you simply, this is just supposed to represent grass. And you're gonna take your puppy food, your kibble, and just sprinkle it over in here and kind of ruffle it in here. And then this becomes a fun game and a mental exercise for your puppy, as well as Malinois love to use their nose. So this is a really fun activity for them to sniff around, and they have to find all of the kibble that's all hidden in the grass. So this is a great thing to have on hand. And these are machine washable and really inexpensive, and they come in all different kinds of games. I've seen sunflowers, grass patches, all kinds of things. These get really cute. This is one of the more inexpensive ones, just because I don't care if mine's necessarily cute. But this is a great thing to have as well. Another really great thing to get for your Malinois puppy, pretty much a must-have, is gonna be a Kong. I started out with this little tiny one. Of course, I got pink because the puppy I'm bringing home is a female, but they come in baby blue as well, which is just kind of fun and cute. And this is actually gonna come with me when I go pick up my puppy in Texas on Friday. So I'm gonna bring this with me, and I'm gonna fill it with peanut butter right before we get on the plane, and this is gonna keep her very, very busy and entertained, and it's gonna be the first toy that I introduce to her. So we all know that Malinois are really, really tenacious chewers, which means that as your puppy gets older, you're gonna wanna invest in these harder, super chewer type toys. But we do know that while she's little, she's gonna prefer probably some soft toys to play with. So I suggest something like this, because these toys specifically have no filling. And I think that that's really important, because in my experience, I've had a lot of puppies rip into these soft type plushy toys, and then the filling gets all over the house and the puppy actually will ingest the filling. I have some puppies that I've worked with who literally rip it up and then just consume what's inside the fluff as if it's food, just like nom nom nom, chewing, 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 swallowing, 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 and then you're freaking out, chasing the puppy, and it turns into this big thing. So make sure that if you are gonna get some plushy toys, because that's fine, there's nothing wrong with soft toys, just make sure that they're the kind that don't have any filling in them. So I wasn't sure if I was gonna include this in the video or not, but I decided to go ahead because I actually ordered this for Riot and Fury because I wanted one for them for quite some time, but I know that my puppy is gonna end up really enjoying this too. This is just a bungee tug toy. It's just what it says. It's just a rope that's got a bungee on it. You can tie it to a tree, back tie it wherever, and then on the end here is just this rope ball. And Malinois go crazy for these things, you guys. They love these things. This is just so, so, so much fun. I mean, this will make for just some fun time in the yard with your pup. And I mean, after all, that's what having a Malinois is all about, right? We want to have some fun with our dogs. They're really, really athletic, and we like to see them excel, you know, and just kind of be in the moment of being those tenacious, athletic dogs. And this type of toy will really, really bring that out of them. So another toy that I found was actually this. And this is made by Redline Canine, and it is also available on Amazon. And I found this and was just completely surprised that they made something like this, because last year I actually made something like this on my own, because I noticed that Riot one day while we were in the garage got a hold of my car chamois on the bottom shelf and just loved the thing. And so it literally became like his high reward was the car chamois. So I ended up taking that chamois and cutting a hole in it and just tying a leash through it, and that's what I would use with Riot. So when I saw this for sale by Redline Canine, I had to snag it. I know that this is gonna be a great toy for the puppy. And you know, it's obviously very, very soft, so it's gonna be great for puppy teeth. I don't actually like the leather rags that I see a lot of people use. I don't think that they're as soft on their teeth as you would think that they are. So I prefer things that are just a little softer, and this is a great option. This is another little flirty toy that I found, and this is great because it's got a little handle here, and this is just going to activate and kind of stimulate their prey drive, and it's very, very soft, and it's just gonna be one of those things that, again, she's really gonna love, and it was super inexpensive and available on Amazon, you guys. But at the end of the day, we all know what Malinois really like, and that is rags. Old towels, old pieces of blanket, whatever. They love these. It's super, super inexpensive to just use old towels that you're gonna throw away anyway, or you can run to Walmart and grab a 12-pack of their cheapest hand towels or kitchen towels, and you're gonna be set. Like, you don't even need the rest of the toys that I showed you. This is gonna be what they really love. These in particular, I ordered again from Amazon, and as you can see, they're very, very soft. These are like Christmas pajama soft. I mean, they just feel like silk, and you can get a 3-pack of these here for $8.99. And I will usually just tie a rope, you know, I'll cut a hole in this, and then I'll just use this to flirt with. And you know, they really love these. So make sure that you have towels and rags and old cloths on hand for them to rip into. Malinois puppies are wiggly little suckers in the bathtub, and so it's either going to take a couple of you to make that happen, or if you're by yourself and bathing, which is usually my case, this is a lifesaver. So this is got suction cups all over the back of it here. And when you turn it around, it's just got little dog bones here to hold whatever you want to put on here. And again, this can be peanut butter or spray cheese or whatever you want to use, and then you stick this to the wall of your shower or bathtub, wherever you're bathing your puppy, so that your puppy is going to be busy with nose and mouth focused here while you are free to bathe or trim nails or do whatever it is that you need to do. So this is really inexpensive, and this will just like save your life. You definitely need to grab one of these. And last but not least, we have to talk about puppies potty training, making messes in the house. They're gonna pee on your carpet, they're gonna poop on your carpet. It's gonna happen, it's part of potty training, right? But I am one of those people who, you know, I can't stand it if I go to somebody's house and I know that they have a lot of dogs, because I can smell that they have dogs when I walk in the door. That is just like my worst nightmare. I don't like that. I don't ever want to be that person. I never want people to come to my house, walk in and be like, oh, this is a dog house. Like, this is a dog lady. She's got dogs. Please, if my house ever smells like that, tell me. The way that I make sure that it doesn't smell like that, because I'm pretty sure it doesn't, is this stuff right here. And this is called Angry Orange Odor Eliminator. This stuff is amazing. This is just concentrate, obviously, so this will make quite a bit of solution, but this is gonna help take all those urine smells out of the carpet or whatever they get it on, and this stuff is just literally amazing. I mean, I would be surprised actually if a lot of you that are watching this who already have dogs don't already know about this product. This stuff is the best. So I know that was a lot of information to go over, a lot of products to look at, but truth be told, you only need 4 things to bring home your Malinois puppy. That is your leash and your collar, a Kong, and a rag. And with these 4 things, you are bound to have a happy Malinois puppy.